Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Rise of Industry. I certainly hope you're having a wonderful day, because I'm certainly excited to be back, attempting to elevate industry. Does that work? That's all I got. Usually I start videos with, I'm glad to be back in the whatever, but I don't know what this region's called. We haven't named it yet. It's still called World Name Here. So, I don't know. Leave your suggestions in the comments below. What should we call this region? Because y'all have been crazy with like, yo, you can name the region. You haven't done that yet. Leave some suggestions. I don't know. We could go with a classic like Nerdshire. We could go with like Yonkers. I think that was a thing at one point. We could go with Pheasantville, which is sort of a reference if you watch my live streams from time to time. Either way, we don't have a name. But today I would like to focus my attention on alcohol. Oh, never mind. I was going to say alcohol, but it's a bookstore. So I said, okay, good. So the reason I said alcohol was because when I loaded this save before sitting down to record, I just looked around a couple of things and just saw some differences, and this store over here was a liquor store. But I guess because I didn't save the game, it loaded it as a different type of store when I reloaded the save to start the recording. So it's now a bookstore, which is an interesting note. Very interesting note that if I was to reload the save right now, it might be a different type of store. But if I save and then load, it's always going to be a bookstore. Either way, the point is, we have a bookstore to deal with. So we can do posters, books, newspapers, and magazines. Now, all of those things are things that we can make. If I go and have a look at the handbook, we can go through and we can see that we can make furniture. I'm not interested in that. Not interested in glassworks. The paper mills. So wood and water will make paper. And then the newspaper is paper into a paper mill. Now that's actually kind of easy. So newspapers are 13,000. They're not worth a lot, but it might be good to get that production going regardless. So we need a lumberyard is the first thing we need. We need another type of gatherer. So the lumberyard is here. Chops down trees for lumber. I'm feeling like we throw it in this spot. Basically, so throw it like there. And it's obviously going to need some harvesters. So I reckon we throw, you know, one of the harvesters up there. I reckon we throw another harvester. Apparently I can't throw it there. I could throw it there. I reckon we throw another one there. Another one can go right next to the thing here. And if we could get another one down here, that'd be great. So, well, what about just in front of it? So like that. We have a bunch of harvesters. They'll do their thing. I want to connect these guys together. So you're going to go like that. And you're going to go there. That's going to come across and around like so. And this is going to connect to that corner as well. So there we go. That's going to be the lumberyard. It's going to do its thing. Start gathering wood, all that kind of stuff. That wood is going to need to go out to a paper mill. We're also going to need water in that paper mill as well. Now, how big is the paper mill? It is not big at all, actually. So the paper mill could go down here. I'm thinking put it there. Or like there. Let's put the paper mill there. So that paper... We actually need two of those as well. So now that I think about it, what we can do is put a second one there. Very expensive, but that's fine. So this one's going to make paper. This one is going to make newspapers, and the destination of the newspapers is going to be the commercial store up in Rose Hall. So we'll just put 3 trucks on that, even though we're not making anything yet. Your destination with the paper is going to be the factory just behind you. We'll put, you know, 2 trucks on that and sell 1. And that's fine. If we come over here to Water Siphon 3, it can actually have another destination, which is going to be the paper mill just there. And what we can do is maybe buy another truck and put it on that line. So now water is going to be heading over to the paper mill, which is good. You right here in the lumberyard are going to start taking the wood down to the paper mill as well. We'll put like 2 trucks on that and sell 1. And that should now be the production. We should be starting to make paper. But we need more water, which is kind of annoying actually. But soon enough, we should start making... Yeah, there we go. So paper's not being made. 2 bits of paper combined to make 1 newspaper. Alright, I'll tell you what we need to do. We need to go to here, and we need to say that you are actually going to have another truck. Go back and forth, maybe 3 trucks on the paper mill line. Because it's every 2 units of water and 1 bit of wood. I do want to see a newspaper get made, though. I want to see that start, you know, going back and forth. We spent a lot of money last month as well. 1.6 million is a ridiculous amount of cash. So, there we go. A newspaper's now being made, which is good. That newspaper's then going to get shipped off to be sold at the bookstore. There we go. $13,250 for that newspaper, which is not bad at all. We do need more of them being made, but I also want to make things like magazines and books. Magazines are actually the most expensive thing here. So magazines are made from paper and dye into a paper mill. So really, we could skip the newspapers completely and instead make magazines for more money. I've just completely forgotten where we're making dye. It's in one of these, I believe. So that's the chemicals, that's paint. Oh, it's in this one, it's right here. So, interestingly, it seems that coal is holding up dye production. Which I can't say I'm a huge fan of. I'd like to figure out why... So the coal mine is actually full. So maybe we get another truck and put it on that. Maybe that'll help a little bit. I do hope that helps. I do hope that starts working. I do also hope we can start bringing our income into line a little bit better, because we're not making as much as we were, and I do want to try and stay up above $30 million. But this is the thing. This whole game, as I've been saying this whole time, it is a balance of supply and demand and a balance of, you know, making your lines as efficient as possible. It looks like this month we're going to get some decent money, though, which is very good news. This thing right here actually needs more water, surprisingly. Didn't think that would be the problem. So destination, get another 2 of those on that line. And we'll see how that goes. I really do hope we can start really consistently making paper. That was a pretty good run there. I do hope we can keep that up, and I do hope we can start regularly shipping out newspapers. Last month was actually very profitable, $338,000. It looks like this month it's going to be quite profitable as well. We've already got a total income of over $500,000. Total income last month was $800,000, which is ridiculous money. But I am completely okay with that. It also looks like we are more regularly seeing profits coming in here. Yeah, there's a lot of money flying around there, which I am absolutely okay with. Some serious money just going around there, which is beautiful to see. Coming down to Tickton. Tickton hasn't actually grown at all. And Sandhaver Hill also hasn't grown. I'm not too concerned about that. I don't think that's a major issue. I am very tempted, though. I mean, so the truck depot, ships, and zeppelins are all coming soon. Warehouses, headquarters, landscaping, and terraforming all coming soon. I'm curious to see what the train terminals are for. It's 2.5 million. Oh, whoa. 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 I can rotate? Oh, that's weird. Oh, God. It's like playing SimCity 4 and realizing that you can rotate for the first time. Oh. Oh, that is weird. That is super weird. All right. Did not know that. All right. So yeah, the train terminal. I don't know what I can do with this. That's the thing. I don't know what use it's going to be, especially since it's not like we're shipping anything out to, you know, here in Penthorpe. So I don't know if we need that. I really don't. You're currently working in newspapers. What's your problem? You are still suffering with the water. And you're still pretty close to full, even with 8 trucks. That's kind of interesting. That is very, very interesting, actually. Bookstore. So, you know, I think I want to get magazines going. I really do. The coal in here is good. Oil in here is not. So if we go over here to the oil drill, it's actually fairly empty. Although I guess 11 trucks will do that. Maybe pull 2 trucks off of that and sell 2 trucks as well. I know that we didn't have enough oil getting shipped out as it was, but I'd like to see this thing just start stocking up in oil. Did I just... No, I didn't do what I thought I did. I thought I clicked on the gas pump and did it instead, but no, it was the oil drill. I feel like we maybe just need another oil drill. I feel like that's a distinct possibility. I also really, really want to start sorting all of my stuff. I want to move the farms out of this area, and I want to have all my factories clustered in one location, and my farms in one location. I really want to do that. I know it's not the most efficient thing in the world, but I really, really want to do that. And I'm so tempted to start doing that. I just have to rebuild so many of my production lines right now, so it might not be worth doing. But it's tempting. It is tempting. Let's set your destination then. Let's buy... You know, I realize I could buy more trucks. Or I could just bulldoze that. And produce a little bit less right there. That doesn't seem like a bad idea to me. You know, just producing a little bit less wood. Because we had excess amounts anyway. I'm so tempted to rearrange everything. I really, really am. You know what? I'm thinking I'm going to give it a shot. We've got some really nice open land in here. And some really nice open land over here. Which could be really nice spots for farms. So, we're going to spend silly amounts of money here on something that might not work. But it's going to look good. And it's going to be an easy way to arrange things. And that's kind of what I want to go for. So, crop farm right there. And it's going to be wheat. And we're going to add some fields. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So just like that, and then we need another one. Because we have 2 wheat farms as it is. So another one goes just there. What's the distance on that one? So it needs to be like that, I believe. And you are going to be wheat as well. So production, wheat, fields, and 1, 2, I said 2, 3, 4, 5. So just like that, we have our 2 wheat farms. And then what I want to do is bring a road up there. And we have orchards as well. We have other types of farms too. We have an orchard and we have 2 livestock farms. So what I'm going to do is go to farms again and go to livestock farm. And I want to put a livestock farm. What size are the fields in livestock farms is my question. 4 by 5. So very similar to this. So what I'm going to do is go there. And we're going to say you're going to produce, I believe it's chickens and cows that we have currently. So chickens first. Add a field. Oh, that's a little bit... Oh, that's bigger than I thought it was. It's not quite the right size, but that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we need another one, which isn't actually going to fit in there, which is a bit of a pain. So we'll put the orchard done at this end. So let's add a road going like this. And maybe a road coming in. I don't know what way to go with this. Let's go this way. So connect that to there and that'll be fine. And then what we'll do is go to farms again, go to Livestock Farm. And that's the space we're going to need. And this one's going to be cows. So set it to that and add some fields. 1 and come on. 2, 3, 4, and 5. So there we go. Bunch of livestock. That'll be okay. Then over this way, we're going to go to farms again. We're going to go to orchard. And the orchard fields are... what size? I looked at the orchard last time when I was measuring up the field size. Orchards are 4 by 5. So that's fine. So the orchards can go there. And we're going to say it is going to produce oranges. And the fields go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Just like that. So that right there is a cluster of farms, and I think that'll be pretty good to have. Gonna bring a road straight... no, that's not what I want. Gonna bring a road straight down there. And I could bring one straight through there if I wanted to, which I don't think would be a terrible idea. So yeah, that'll work. That's a nice cluster of farms out there away from all of the industry. What we need to figure out at this point, though, is where they go. So the orchard destination is Grocery 1 and Food Factory 2, with 1 and 3 as the trucks. So your destination is Food Factory 2, with 3 trucks. And let's not bother with groceries. Let's not bother with that one. So that'll be fine. And then this water siphon here is going to stop going to Orchard 1, and it's going to go to Orchard 2 instead. And it probably needs more trucks as well. So we'll get that done. Not quite sure why this is being so odd. 5, there we go, 8. So 2 of those up to 10, there we go. So there we go. We can now do that. That was being very strange with the numbers there. So that orchard is now working. Is the important thing there. So that orchard is working. Probably going to need more trucks, but we'll get to that in a minute. As for the crop farms, I mean, I'm pretty sure these siphons are all going to the crop farms. So your destination is currently Livestock Farm 1, Orchard 1, and Food Factory 1. Can I change that to Orchard 2? So, Orchard 2. Just there. Which I believe at this point means I can swap out this orchard, because I don't think its destination is Food Factory 2 and Grocery 1. But this one's already shipping out to Food Factory 2. So I think we can get rid of the old orchard. So let's do that. Which gives us back just a little bit of money, which is good. So that's fine. That's that now sorted. Crop Farm 2 is currently going Livestock Farm 2, 1, and Food Factory 1. So if we go here, your destination is Livestock... oh, hold up. Do these ones have names? Chickens and... yeah, they do. So Livestock 1, Livestock 2, and Food Factory 1. And we're going to buy 3 more trucks and put 2 on each line. So Crop Farm 4 is going to replace Crop Farm 2, is the point I'm getting at here. So are you currently going to Crop Farm 2? Yes, you are. We're going to change that. So you're going to number 4. Are you going to Crop Farm 2 currently? No. What about you? No. Okay. So I don't believe anything is currently going to Crop Farm 2. Right here. I don't think this is getting anything at all anymore. So bulldoze that. And that's now 2 of the farms over here working. Crop Farm 4 and the orchard. Which is fine by me. Production, of course, production's going to come down for a little while whilst we do this, because I'm going to have to rebalance all the trucks based on the distances, especially since I will eventually move the factories around as well. But my priority right now is getting the farms out of there and getting these ones over here actually working. Just because I like the distance. I think it looks a little better having the distance to cover there. If I'm honest. I also feel like I feel like it's a little too built up in terms of the roads. I'm tempted to get rid of this road here, just to force traffic up through the farms. But I think, well, you know, we're probably all right. Maybe a dead-end road. Maybe we get rid of this one. Maybe get rid of that road and force them onto these ones. Yeah, that'll work for the time being. So, where were we? This right here, Livestock Farm 2 is currently cattle. And is currently going to Food Factory 1, Grocery 1, and to the state. So we need to go over here and go to you. You don't have a road anymore. Whoops. My bad. Does that now work? I did hope so. There we go. So that should now function. So Livestock Farm 2. Let's change your destinations. Food Factory 1 is apparently not somewhere you can go. Interesting. Why can't you go to Food Factory 1? Where is Food Factory 1? Food Factory 2 is there. Factory 1 is there. So why are you incapable of going to Food Factory 1? What's the problem? That's really weird right there, that it can't actually seem to do that. Also, Livestock Farm 2 currently has no water going to it. Okay, interesting. Oh, I know what the problem is. I'm an idiot. It's trying to ship out meat, isn't it? Yeah, so it's milk. It needs to go to Food Factory 1. So if we come down here and look at this one, it's milk to Food Factory 1, meat to Grocery 1. So Grocery 1, oh, which one though? Probably that one. And then to the state with the leather. Which is fine. So leather to the state, we're gonna go 9 trucks on that. And 3 on each line. Just like so. And then Livestock Farm 2. So Livestock Farm 2 is currently getting... Let's see. Is this one currently getting wheat? Yes, it is. It's not getting water, though. So who is currently shipping water to Livestock Farm, the original Livestock Farm 2? Not you. You are. So you're actually going to go to the proper one. So that one there, the new one. So just like that. And let's make sure that you're not shipping to the old one either. You are not. That's fine. So Livestock Farm 2 should now no longer be getting wheat. Which means that Livestock Farm 2 down here is going to go away. Which is totally fine by me. So this one here should now be producing once it starts getting some water. Which it's hopefully going to be really soon. Livestock Farm 1 with the chickens is this one up here originally. And is shipping to where? So it's shipping out eggs to Food Factory 1. So factories, Food Factory 1. And it's also shipping meat to... We could go to the state. But we'll go commercial. And that'll be fine. And we're going to buy a few trucks, I suppose. We have 10 trucks there currently, so let's go up to 10 on this as well. And let's do 8 of them there and 2 of them there. And that'll be fine. Okay. So the new... This chicken farm is going to need wheat. right? No, it already has it, so it needs water. So who is currently shipping water to the original Livestock Farm 1? This is a lot. This is very wordy, isn't it? You are currently going to Crop Farm 1. That's fine. We'll deal with that in a moment. You are. So that's fine. You're going to be changing that up to go to there instead. And you're probably going to need a few more trucks for that as well. So there we go. We'll start shipping off that way. And we'll see how that goes. So this farm here should no longer be getting water and should no longer be getting wheat. If I'm not mistaken. Where is this crop farm currently shipping to? Farm 1, Food Factory 1. I'm pretty sure we sorted that, didn't we? So you're currently going Farm 1, Farm 2, and Food Factory 1. Yeah, our total income really did take a hit with this this change, but it's gonna be for the best. So that should be fine. This is still inactive, right? Yeah, this is still not actually going anywhere. So I guess what we do is, I mean, if we look at all the locations this can go to, there's not many of them. So I guess what we're going to do is Farm 1 and Farm 2. Well, that's going to be the factory there. And then this one's going to be Farm 2. And we're going to buy another 3 trucks. But we're going to we're putting 1 on each of those lines and then 3 in the food factory line. And that should be okay. So Crop Farm 3 needs some water, is what this tells me. This water siphon right here is currently going to Crop Farm 1, so you're going to change that up and you're going to go to Crop Farm 3 instead. And this one here is fine. So I think I can bulldoze that farm as well. So that should be all of my farms replaced at this point. I do believe. I just need to make sure that these guys... What are you moving? So you're moving the eggs. That's fine. Let's bulldoze you. So that right there, like I said, should be all of my farms up and running to some degree. You're moving oranges. You don't have enough water. That's to be expected. You also don't have enough water. You don't have enough water, and you don't have enough water. You also don't have enough wheat. So Livestock Farm 2 needs wheat. We are shipping wheat to Livestock Farm 2, right? It is literally around the corner. There's no reason we shouldn't be. Yeah, we are. It does just seem like water is not the big new problem. So if we go here and we say, I mean, those two are quite far away. What about you? So is this is full, right? Yeah, they're all getting very full. So let me go up to 12 trucks. I want to put 2 more in that line. And 1 more in that line, why not? And you're going to go up to 12 trucks as well. 2 on there. And 1 more there as well. Actually, no, hold on. Take that off. Like that. And that'll hopefully be alright. As for you, you are also kind of full. Let's send a few more trucks that way. Up to the crop farm. And we'll see how that goes. So hopefully we're going to see a significant amount of water come up this way so that we can start producing a significant amount of things. We could maybe improve on the oranges situation, because I'm pretty sure, yeah, there's not enough oranges coming down to Food Factory 2. And there are a decent number of them in storage. So maybe 2 more trucks going to Food Factory 2 isn't going to hurt. Just so we can keep that orange juice production on the go. Do not want that dropping off anytime soon. But I think this is a good start. I think moving the farms out of this area is a good thing, you know? It makes sense to have them a little further away. Yeah, it means that production might be a little slower, but if we can just tune it in and get it to where I want it to be, I'm not too worried. I'm also thinking of getting rid of this road out of Tickton. Just because I can, really. No other reason. I will say, though, it's pretty cool having those out there. I guess the next step is going to be moving all of my factories, which it could be a pain. It could be a pain to do that, but I feel like all of my factories could be moved like into this space, so they're not actually going to be that far away from where they currently are. Or I could move them up into like this open space here. Again, just to sort of put them in one location, really. I think that'd be kind of cool. Now, here's the biggest problem, really. The biggest problem is that we have to readjust a lot of things right now. We need to figure out our ratios of trucks and all that stuff, because right here, we're not actually getting enough water to crop farm 4 or to number 3. I just want to make sure we're actually shipping water to crop farm 3, because I swear we're not. 4, 3, and Orchard. Okay, so we are. Are all of those full? If we drag... Hold on, why can I not drag this? That's being very strange. Let me drag these about. So water siphon 3. Water siphon 2. Won't let me drag it. Why won't it let me drag it? There we go. And water siphon 1. So they're all... Well, actually, water siphon 3, not so much. Where's it going? So it's going to the paper mill. That'll be why, though. The paper mill is right next to that. But number 1 and number 2 are relatively full. So I reckon right here, buy 2 more trucks and go there and there. And maybe 2 more again. So there and there. So 16 trucks in each of those with the same sort of layout. And if that starts to drain them, then okay, we can work on it. If it doesn't, then we might be onto something. But this is what we got to work out. We got to work out the ratios and got to work out, you know, just how much water we need to move into these things. Because it is going to be tricky, you know? It's going to be a bit tricky to figure it out. The trucks do have a greater distance to cover at this point, which I'm sure is a complete pain in the butt for them, so they'll figure it out, hopefully. And hopefully we'll start making money again, because we haven't done that in a little while. It has, you know, last month was minus 52,000. We've gone from making at one point 300,000 in 1 month to not making anything at all, which is not good. Oh, well, would you looky here? We're making money. That is some good news right there. That's some really good news right there. The water's still not ideal at the wheat fields, but money is money. The water's all interesting that the wheat isn't okay at Livestock Farm 2 there. That is actually very strange. Like, really strange. I'm wondering why that is. Although I wonder if we could maybe move more milk as well, because we're not moving much. Why did I put 3 trucks on that? Let's put 3 trucks on that instead and move more milk. Then Livestock Farm 1 destinations are probably alright. Do we have any eggs in storage? No, we don't. That's why we've got 2, but that's fine. The wheat field here, still not enough water. Maybe we move some water siphons. Maybe we get a water siphon down here that ships up to both of those. I feel like that wouldn't hurt. Although the problem is we have 5 things here, so if we wanted water siphons that could do all of these, we'd need 2 new water siphons, which could be a pain in the butt. But they all need water. So maybe we do that. Maybe we move... Because, I mean, this water siphon here is doing... Oh, it's doing the paper mill. Ugh. That's a pain. This one here is doing... the food factory. All of the water siphons are doing... things that are done here as well, aren't they? Yeah, food factory 1. Okay, that's a bit of a pain. Water siphon 3, I think what I'm going to do is... have it stop shipping to the paper mill and instead swap out paper mill for Livestock Farm 2. Yeah, so paper mill is going to become Livestock Farm 2, and then on this one, Livestock Farm 2 is going to become paper mill. And the reason I'm doing that is because... Did I do that right? Water siphon 3 is that one, yeah. Is because water siphon 3 is now going up to a few of these locations, which is fine. Livestock Farm 2, Crop Farm 4, and Orchard. And what I can do with that is I can come over here and I can get another gatherer. You know, just throw it there. And let's add some harvesters. Hold on, let's do this properly. Add a harvester. So there, and there. All right. Then link those together. And maybe just bring them down that way if I can. Just do that, I suppose. So those go that way, but water siphon 4 is not going to be set up to go to those same locations. So farms, maybe we do let's do the wheat farms actually. So crop farm 3, crop farm 4, and orchard perhaps? Does the orchard need it? Yeah, orchard makes a lot of money as well. So we'll do that. And then we'll buy a couple more trucks and have 2 per line so that we now have some water getting shipped up to these farms from not all that far away. And I think that right there is going to do us some favors. I really do. Because we have a lot of water being produced as it is. So if we can see plenty of production on these farms, that's going to help us a lot. That really is going to help us a lot, and I really do hope we can see that. I'm also realizing that 6 trucks probably isn't enough. So let's go for 9 of them in the fleet. And get them moving back and forth and see if that starts to help things a little bit. There are a lot of oranges waiting in there. Let's go for 10 trucks on this and see if that's too ridiculous. It might be. 10 trucks might be way too much for the orchard, but I believe for every 2 units of water, we produce 3 oranges. So if we can get some serious orange juice being made here, that'd be amazing. Although it does look like... It looks like the problem here is actually to do with the... Quite simply, it looks like it's to do with the fact that there's just not enough orange juice being made. It doesn't get made quick enough. Which makes me feel like we need another factory. But is that something we want to afford is the real question. Oh, but no, there's no oranges. What? That's weird. Wait, that all just got made into orange juice. There's a bunch of it just waiting there right now. That's really weird. That is really weird. Okay. Well, at this point, I'm fairly confident in saying that the farms are at least somewhat working. Livestock farms aren't getting as much water as they need to be. But that's really the only complaint. I feel like if we can reel things in with the ratios of how many trucks we need to how many, you know, units of whatever we need, we're going to be fine. Are we about to make money this month? Just about. There was one big sale right at the end there that I'm quite okay with. Cannot complain at all about that. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to leave it there for today. I'm happy with the move of the farms out of this area over here. I do think I need to go through and refine everything, though. I really feel like I need to go through and refine the factories. And we might need another orange juice factory. Because there's enough bottles, there's enough oranges, and there's enough water to make 2 of those function, which might very well double the output that we have for the orange juice. And orange juice does make a lot of money. It's 21,000 per truckload. So hopefully we can, you know, keep that going. I would love to see a lot of paint. Well, actually, paint is even another thing that we could maybe double up on. I would not complain at all about that. About potentially doubling up on paint. I don't know, man. Just looking at this whole thing, it's getting real tempting to be like... To say that maybe we should have... Instead of sharing factories, we have like... Oh, what way would I put this? I know in my head this is a dumb idea. But I also want to try it to see if it works. What I'm getting at is we have 3 things necessary for paint, right? We need dye, we need chemicals, we need tin cans. And then for the chemicals, we need gas and we need oil. So what I'm thinking is, what if every single thing had its own set of buildings? So we would have our own oil, you know, an oil pump and gas pumps, or oil drills and gas pumps, dedicated to bring in the resources to make chemicals. In a factory that is dedicated to making chemicals. And by the way, so those 2 right there would be only for chemicals. And then this factory would make chemicals, and those would only be used in the production of paint. And then it'll be the same with dye. Whatever goes into making dye, the structures that produce those things only go to a factory that makes dye, and the dye in that factory is only used to then make paint. And if we need dye for something else, we need that entire production line to be rebuilt. So whatever makes dye, we make 2 more of them and make another factory to make the dye, which then goes to that other thing. Does that make sense? Basically, we would have no instance where buildings are splitting their resources to go to multiple production lines. Everything would be on one set line of production to make one end product. Yes, it would be ridiculous, but it would, in theory, mean that we're never in a situation where we need to figure out the balance of a factory regarding 3 different locations. We would be in a situation where every production line is something that we can micromanage a little bit better. We balance that line as opposed to just generally balancing a factory with relation to other... Does that make sense? I really hope that makes sense. I'm tempted to try that. It would be really, really expensive, but it would basically mean that we wouldn't have a situation where Livestock Farm 2 is going to 2 different locations, or where Crop Farm 4 is going to 3 different locations. Basically, each farm would go to 1 location, that location would go to 1 other location, etc., etc. I don't know if that'd be a good idea. That's probably really inefficient, but I'm definitely curious to try it. Either way, like I said, that is going to be it for today. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you kind of for watching. This has been Rise of Industry Part 4, I want to say. Thank you kind of for watching. As always, it has been an absolute pleasure, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!